Hello, my miraculous friend. This is Reverend Francis Faden, and welcome to day number 5 of the 9-day Magnify Your Miracles Journal Challenge. We are completing our first 5 days today. I'm not going to be live with you over the weekend, but I'll be back on Monday with you live to do day 8, and then day 9 we will be finishing. Oh, let me grab my journal. I forgot to grab it. Ugh. The Magnify Your Miracles journal, if you don't have one, you can grab yours here. You can get it in print, like I love. You can get it in digital so that you can do it on your iPad or your mobile device or whatever you have. Or however you get it, however you do it, the most important thing is that you do it. It's got the 4 core practices that I do, that I recommend that everybody does every day to help you magnify your miracles. Now, what do I mean when I say magnify your miracles? I mean experiencing things that you didn't think was possible. That's a miracle. A miracle is very simple. It's simply when you experience something and you didn't think that was possible. That's a miracle. Could be a teeny tiny thing, could be a big thing. It doesn't matter. In the eyes of the universe, it's all the same. So before we get and do our practice today, and I have some beautiful evidence to share with you, let's take a deep breath together. Take my glasses off. Take a deep breath together, breathing in the energy of expansion, breathing out anything you no longer need. And as we are focusing on our breath, becoming more and more aware of the present moment, we're tapping into the field of miracles, the field of possibility, where everything already exists. And just starting to feel that energy of gratitude that whatever reason we're here, we've already received it, and we are just in the energy of the receiving, feeling grateful, feeling happy, feeling uplifted, feeling connected, whatever it might be for you. Let yourself feel that now as much as you can. As we feel that energy, we send out that powerful intention, knowing that that's exactly what's going to be happening. Let's take one more deep breath in gratitude, and we can begin. Here we are. We made it to day 5. I'm so excited. It has been so fun to take this journey with you, to be doing our Magnify Your Miracles journaling process together, to be doing the 4 core practices, to be answering your questions, and to be sharing your evidence. So evidence is the 4th thing that we do. So just to go over it with everybody, so everybody has it, because people keep asking me, we start out with gratitude, right? I want you to write down at least 3 things that you're grateful for that are in your life right now. 3 different things every day. Okay. So you don't want to just repeat the same thing. I'm grateful for my home. I'm grateful for my car. You can say those things, but then the next day, say something else. So you want to be always expanding your awareness of how blessed your life is now. And then you want to take your top 3 goals. It doesn't have to be 3. It can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3. I say don't do more than 3, but keep it to those goals that mean the most to you, that you have the most energy and enthusiasm about. And then you write them from a place of gratitude in the energy of thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then you write your goals if it's already happened. Thank you, thank you, thank you for my brand new car that, whatever it might be, that is easy to drive and I love it. It's so luxurious. Whatever it is for you, you write it. Now, do you write 3 different goals every day? No, you write the same goals until they manifest, because we're focusing and concentrating. So we're being in the energy of gratitude, and we're saying thank you for something that's a goal for you, and you do it with that energy every day, and that's what magnifies it. The only time you change your goal is if your goal happened. Now you need a new one. You manifested it. Yay, you want to celebrate. Or in the process of going through the week and going through your journaling, you recognize it like, I thought that was my goal, but now I have a different goal. That's the only time you change your goal. And then towards the end of the day, or anytime you really realize that like something is going on that's not quite how you'd like it to be, and you know it because of how you feel. So if you're feeling worried, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling annoyed, you're feeling aggravated, you're feeling frustrated, irritated, any of those kind of negative feelings, then you want to revise that. And the revision is just simply taking whatever's happened and you write it as if it happened the way you wanted it to happen. So if you had an irritating thing happen, write it in your journal as if it came perfectly and you're so happy and you feel grateful. Okay, so let me go back here to the comments, just make sure that I'm with everybody. And then the last one is evidence. And evidence is when you are noticing the universe is shifting. You're having different results in your life, and it could show up anywhere. It could be related to the things you're grateful for. It could be related to your goal setting process. It could be related to the revision that you're doing. I've had evidence come in my life for all of those things. So you just want to track, like, what have I noticed is changing? Things that are unusual, things that don't normally happen. And we've shared somebody got flowers for the first time from a client of hers. Never happened in her whole adult career that's happened. And yet that happened when she started doing this. It's a sign that you're open and your energy is shifting. So I'm going to share some evidence with you because I thought that would be so fun. So here's the evidence. Let me get my glasses so I can read you the evidence. 2 pieces of evidence to share with you. Now, if you're asking me, like, where's this evidence coming from? It's coming from the Facebook group. And so you can go to, let me put it in the chat, francisfaden.com/FB group. If you want to join the Facebook group, francisfaden.com/Facebook group, and you will find the Magnify Your Miracles journal and podcast community there where people are asking questions. Of course, you can ask a question here on YouTube as well. No problem with that. Leave your awareness and your evidence here as well. And I'm happy to cheer you on and share it here as well. But mostly it's happening over in the Facebook group. So, yay! This is so exciting. So this first piece of evidence is from somebody who actually started having miracles on day 1. So she sent me this yesterday. So this is on day 4. She said, out of the blue, someone that I'm not even in touch with asked me to lead an art therapy workshop for her clients. It's a paid gig and she makes good money. And this is related to one of my goals. So we want to say, woohoo, yay, good for you. And I just want to say for all of us who are, wow, like that's amazing. That's very first statement, out of the blue, something happened. And my thing that I want to say to all of you is nothing comes from out of the blue. It's all coming out of you, right? So our mind is going to say to us, oh, what a coincidence. It happened out of the blue. Now, I know what she means. What she means when she says out of the blue is that she didn't do anything to make it happen externally. She didn't make any phone calls. She didn't send any emails. She didn't ask around. She didn't do any of those external things. What she was doing is the internal process. She did the 4 practices and she's been doing her journal practice every day. And suddenly, out of the blue, the universe decided to dance with her, right? The universe is responding to her. So what I really want you to get is every time you say to yourself, wow, that came out of the blue. It's not out of the blue. It's out of you. It doesn't come out of the blue. It comes out of you. So yay. And hello, Carla. Things are going great. I'm so happy for you. Thanks for being here. And if you have any questions, let me know, please. All right. The second piece of evidence that I want to share with you, somebody wrote in the Facebook group. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My number 1 constant prayer request for the past 13 years was granted. I asked for specific evidence and it miraculously appeared for me, erasing all my fear. Woohoo! So we want to say, yay, that's awesome. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So let me turn off my phone, make sure nobody's pinging me. So let's get started. Unless anybody has a question, let's go ahead and let's get started with our practice. So we want to recognize, first of all, I just want you to check in and be like, it's Friday. How did your week go? I know some of you have been sick and having some challenges. Hopefully everybody's feeling better, whatever's going on in your life. So I want you to kind of take a look and see, how was I able to show up for my practice? Was I able to do it? Did I do all four practices? Did I only do two of the practices? I talked about this a little bit yesterday. If you're struggling to do all four of them, you want to take a look at your goals and you want to see, am I focusing on things that I'm really lit up about or not? So sometimes we pick things that we think we should want, or we pick things that like we think we get something to get to something else. So it's like, oh, well, I want to make this money so that I can take this trip. What we really want to do is take the trip, right? But we don't know how to do that. So we think, well, first I have to do this. But that's not really your goal, that's your means. And so if you're finding yourself a little bit lukewarm and you're kind of like, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't, I want you to really honestly check in with yourself lovingly, with compassion, and be like, hey, me, what's going on? What's going on with me that it's either I'm not motivated or I'm having a difficult time showing up and doing the four practices that I know are going to change everything for me. What's going on? So lovingly check in with yourself and see about that. Or, if you're doing so great that you don't have anything to revise, then, you know, put your website into the chat, because I want to follow you. If you don't have anything to revise, if your life is amazing, then we want to do your journal challenge, because I know from working with my own clients, I do have a client of mine who, she says, my revisions are really minimal now. I'm like, yeah, of course they are, because you're not having big things going on in your life that are problems anymore, because you're shifting your energy. But that doesn't mean that we can't shift into the energy of everything that we want. And sometimes we put a limit on ourselves. So just check in with yourself and see, am I focusing on things that I'm lit up about, that I'm enthusiastic about? And if I am, then what's going on that I'm having a hard time showing up? Do I need an accountability buddy? Do I need something that would be helpful for me to do this? Because I have to say, I noticed for myself during the process of this week that some of my goals were kind of lukewarm goals. And I was like, oh, ha, ha, they're perfectly fine, but I'm not lit up about it. And so last night I was like, I'm gonna refocus and really get lit up. And sometimes that happens in the process of doing it. This is why it's a 54-day process, you guys. This is why I'm doing the first 9 days with you, to show you how to do it. But this process, it's a journey. I made the Magnify Your Miracles journal to be a pilgrimage for you, because it's going to take you to the most sacred place on earth, which is your heart. And when you're connected with your heart, all things are possible for you, right? So we just have to cut through all the shoulds and all the things that we think we need to do, or what we have to do to get to where we want, and just focus on that end. So let's take out our journals. Day 5. I'm going to write the date at the top. Today is January 10th, 2025. Crazy, crazy. Time is flying by. And we're going to do our gratitudes now together. I am so grateful for whatever it might be. And remember to use the word because. Remember to use the word because. We want to use the word because to really get into the why that we're so grateful. And that when we get in the feeling, that's when the energy starts shifting. And that's when the magic starts happening. So I'm going to do it with you. Let's write down 3 things that we're grateful for, 3 things that are different than yesterday. All right. So once you write them down, I want you to read them over again to yourself and really get in the energy and the feeling of it. Okay. Really read your goals. I mean, your gratitudes now with that feeling. So grateful. Yay. All right. Once we're in that energy of feeling so expansive and so grateful, now we want to focus on our goals and we want to focus on your top three goals, whatever you've been focusing on this week. You want to focus on those goals and you want to write them in the present tense. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As if you're like, yay, you're telling yourself like, thank you that this amazing thing happened. But you want to put as much detail in your goal as you can so it feels really real for you. So let's do that now. Being really, really grateful for our goals already happening. Yay. I'm so excited just writing it down. All right. And when you're done, you want to look at it and read it to yourself and just get in that energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. And since we're here and we have the weekend, I say let's go ahead and do our other two practices as well. So let's think about review, revise, and release. So we want to think about what are some things or anything that either happened today or yesterday or this week or recently, if you don't want to just focus on this time period, anything where you have any lingering negative feelings. So like I said, it could be frustration, it could be annoyance, it could be irritation, it could be feeling a little judgmental, it could be feeling disappointed or worried or anything like that. So think about that and we want to revise that. And all you do is you simply write it out the way you want to write it, the way you wanted it to be. So I'm going to do that right now. Awesome. And you want to put detail in there because you want to get that feeling. As you get that feeling, you're like, yeah, that feels awesome. And you know you've done it when you feel differently about it. And then the last thing you do is you just want to track your evidence and see, what am I noticed that shifted? Did anything happen? Anything happen this week? Anything happen today? Since the day's just started, you might not have anything from today, but you might have something from yesterday. So let's think about, oh, yeah, I'm going to write down my evidence. Awesome. All right, my friends, we did our 4 practices for the day. If you have any questions, let me just check. Oh, hello, Joseph. I hope that you're feeling better. Yay! No such thing as a stupid question. Not at all. Um, I'm glad I was able to clarify that for you. And you're not the only one that had that question. So obviously, I wasn't being clear about it. So hopefully, that's clear to everybody of what we're doing. All right, my friends. So congratulations on finishing the first 5 days. We're going to meet again on Monday at 11. And then Tuesday at 11 is going to be day number 9. And we're going to go over our 9-day review, because you will have completed your 9 days. The first 9 days, our challenge will be over. You've done your novena, so to speak. And then we'll look at how do we do our review and how can you really take advantage of that break. And then you get to start the next 9 days, which I hope that you do. I hope that you do all 54 days. All right, my friends. Well, I'm wishing all of you a beautiful weekend. And again, if anybody has any questions or comments, please, please, please share them and let me know. Sending so much love and blessings to you, everybody. Remember, your miracle's already here. Bye-bye.